Marcus spent his entire life with memories of massive 155-pound guardians, like the legendary shepherd dogs of his childhood. But the moment his wife brought Lisa home, his world was turned upside down. Lisa was a sheltered Chihuahua, weighing only 4 pounds, who had decided that size was merely a detail and was promptly declared the new absolute commander of the house. The harshest memories of Marcus's youth were ruled by the gigantic Anatolian shepherd dogs that patrolled his family's farm like ancient gods, living fortresses of muscle and fur. To him, a dog was never just a pet, but a 155-pound sentry that could stare down a wolf without blinking. And years later in the city, Sarah noticed that whenever they went for walks and saw a dog, she could see that deep longing in his eyes and knew she had to fill that void. So while Marcus was at work, with hidden hope and a heart pounding as if it might burst from her chest, she went to the High Hills shelter and asked for a legendary beast, a guardian to protect their home and make Marcus feel whole again, only to be told all the large breeds were already adopted, her face falling until a sound rose from the back of the facility, not a deep howl, but a sharp, rhythmic explosion of defiance that made the metal bars tremble. And this was Lisa, a Chihuahua of only 4 pounds with satellite dish ears and eyes burning with primal, unyielding fire, whom the attendant laughingly called a dragon in a tiny suit because she refused to be small or quiet and had gone unadopted for months. And when Sarah looked into those bold, fierce eyes, she saw a warrior's soul trapped in a miniature body and understood that Marcus didn't need a massive frame, but an unbreakable spirit that demanded respect regardless of weight. So, as she signed the papers through tears, she wondered whether she was taking home a delicate companion or a pocket-sized revolution that would change their reality forever. If you're watching this and still haven't subscribed, I have to say my heart is a little broken because stories like this need your support. Hit that subscribe button now. You won't regret it. And now, back to what happened. As Sarah headed home with the small carrier, feeling the immense energy of the tiny Chihuahua inside, knowing that a man who worshipped giants was about to face off with the world's smallest yet most fearless shelter dog. When Marcus stepped through the front door after a long day at work, the atmosphere in the house didn't just change, it shattered into millions of atoms. He expected his wife to greet him in the hallway with a hug, but instead he was met by a tiny, wild-eyed creature that immediately launched a barrage of sharp, rhythmic barking, powerful enough to make the walls tremble. Marcus froze with his jaw hanging open as he stared at this firecracker of only 4 pounds standing defiantly between him and his wife. Bursting into an uncontrollable, emotional laugh, he asked Sarah whether she had brought home a cat, a squirrel, or a dog she'd found in the park. But when Sarah softly told Lisa's story, how this tiny soul had been rejected by dozens of potential owners and left in a cold cage because she was too much for everyone, his laughter caught in his throat. As the weight of the moment settled, the room filled with a heavy, beautiful silence. Marcus slowly knelt on the hard wooden floor, his massive hands trembling beside Lisa. Lisa stopped barking, tilted her head with intense curiosity, and gently pressed her wet nose against Marcus's thumb. This was more than a touch. It was the meeting of two souls crossing the gulf between size and history. The man who loved giants had finally found his equal in a tiny orphan who refused to bow to the world. But this emotional fracture was only the beginning of Lisa's total tactical takeover. She instantly became his shadow. The sound of her tiny nails on the wooden floor echoed like a rhythmic heartbeat as she followed Marcus from room to room. She patrolled the house with a level of alertness that would have shamed even the legendary shepherd dogs, and whenever Marcus sat down to rest, she planted herself in front of him like a living shield. The transformation was absolute. This massive man was now being guarded by a 4-pound Chihuahua who carried out her duty with deadly seriousness. Years passed after that day, and Lisa was no longer just a shelter dog. She was the absolute queen of the household, ruling the home with an iron paw and heart of pure gold. The giant ghosts of Marcus's past were replaced by the loud, living reality of a Chihuahua who proved every single day that true loyalty isn't measured in weight or muscle. Their mornings are governed by a sacred ritual they call the ankle tax. If Marcus doesn't give Lisa enough attention during breakfast, she slips between his legs like a tiny shark and gently wraps her small teeth around his ankle, delivering a single authoritative bark to remind him who's in charge of the family. Marcus bursts into laughter every time and scoops up his little guardian to share his toast. Every night, a 200-pound man and a dog of just 4 pounds sleep together under the same heavy blanket. Lisa curls up on his chest like a living heartbeat, her soft snores standing as proof of the love and security she finally found. This wasn't the protector Marcus had dreamed of, but it was the miracle he desperately needed in his life. Their happiness turned into something extraordinary, proving to everyone they met that the fiercest guardians and the most loyal friends often come in the smallest and most unexpected packages. Lisa didn't just fill a void in Marcus's heart. With every single bark, she built an entirely new kingdom there. As they grow old together, she remains his constant tiny shadow, a guardian angel with an enormous bark and a soul brighter than the sun. If this story touched your heart and you still haven't subscribed, please don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button. What name would you give this incredible dog? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story moved you, please press the like button. It helps more people find these amazing stories.